Hey, what's up? This is Eddie for Hot Mess. I'm here with the lovely and talented Natasha Khan of Bat for Lashes. Welcome back to Vancouver. This is second time around, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Second time,
yeah. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Sold out show tonight at the venue, or venue I should say. Excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's changed since we came last time.
Yeah. It's nicer now.
Yeah, it's nice.
So, I'm going to get this out of the way right off the top. I've heard through the grapevine that you're not a big fan of doing the interview thing. And first of all, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. So, when it comes to interviews, what about them sort of is annoying to you? What gets in the way? And
it's not annoying, it's just, I suppose sometimes, well, I finished making this album like a year and a half ago, or just over a year ago. And to begin with, talking about the album was quite exciting, and you can work out what you meant and what you were feeling, and it's a journey of discovery to kind of chat about it. But after a year, I mean, imagine if you, I don't know, you did a painting and then someone asked you all about it every day for a year. You know, sometimes it gets a little bit
tired.
But I think it's natural. Just if you're kind of interested in talking about new things, that it can get a little bit boring talking about yourself constantly. I'm not that interesting, really.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. Well, I wanted to ask you, because you went all over like North America and Europe and sort of like wrote the album here, there, everywhere. Did you have a place that you really, really liked more than one for the creation process? Like California? Or?
I like the whole west coast of America, and I like Vancouver too, because I'm quite a big fan of the Pacific coast and the trees, like are they redwoods, I guess? Yeah,
there's a variety, sort of depending on where you are, yeah.
I've just been in Stanley Park, and I really liked it. So I think my favourite landscape is kind of that Big Sur, West Coast kind of landscape, the trees and stuff. So that's probably my favourite.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because actually, when listening to the album, it kind of conjures up that image of the mist and the trees, like when listening to the sounds and the mood. Yeah. And speaking of the mood, I wanted to ask you, when you put the songs on your album, did you have like something in mind that you were trying to create as far as choosing the order, sort of the mood throughout the album, or was it just sort of an organic, I'm going to put this here and this is how it works for me?
I think the album has quite a few there's a lot of different stages to the process of developing it. So initially I just do the demos like in my bedroom with my headphones on, and it's very kind of, I'd write the bass parts and like simple drum parts and the strings and singing, and you have like a very kind of basic idea. But then when I started travelling around more and I was taking field recordings, I sang like certain bits in Big Sur, or I'd record like the subway in New York and pick up all these atmospheric sounds and then gradually layer them. And so when I went to the studio, it's like a process of layering up, like Siren Song I sang outside amongst trees. And we captured the breeze, like the sound of the breeze.
So it was a more folk, like different elements to it.
Yeah, and you have like the organic, like atmospheric sounds embedded within the songs, and that's quite a layering process over time.
That's pretty cool. And then as far as the order of the songs on your album, was there anything that you had in mind for that, or was it just sort of an organic? I know speaking to different artists, and some people were really particular in the order that their tracks sort of were on the album, and then for you, was it just sort of something that you felt organically about, or did it have a purpose or a story that you were...
I think it took a little bit of shifting around, but I wanted there to be, I guess there's quite a lot of, like thematically, it's quite a concept idea of an album. There's definitely a journey that you go through, and you're travelling from a beginning point to an end point, and I definitely knew that Glass should be the first one with the introduction and like the manifesto, like what I'm going to do.
Kind of laying it all out,
it's like
I
the
guess.
narrative starts, and then the Big Sleep had to be the final dying song just because of the way it ended, and it's like the curtains are closing. And then in between it kind of gradually slotted itself into place, so I did have a structure that I wanted, yeah.
Now, you have a background in, if I'm correct, a degree in visual arts, correct?
Music, visual art, yeah.
So when you've put your music together, are you thinking of the imagery and how to sort of put your videos together? Because I know I saw on your website that it's designed by you, which is not really that common for a lot of artists, so that's pretty awesome that you have input into all these different aspects of Bat for Lashes and what it is. So consciously, when you're creating the song, are you also thinking of the imagery, or are you thinking of the imagery first, or is it different for everything?
I think when I do music, I see things immediately, and I'll see like photographic still images or kind of a film of the song like running through my mind. And I constantly collect images, and I do illustrations and drawings in my books. So it's kind of like each side is, as it's developing, they're kind of enhancing each other and developing together like a little jigsaw, So yeah, I just feel like if I'm going to make the record and do the sound, then because I'm making the artwork alongside it, it just feels natural that I should extend that to the album artwork and the videos and the website. Because if I then let some person come in and just do a totally different like graphic design package or something terrible, it wouldn't be good.
No, agreed.
So it's extra hard work, but it's worth it.
So with all your design background and like the amazing videos and everything, I've never seen a show which is coming tonight. What can I expect? Give me a little hint. Or for people who are listening all over the world and haven't seen a show, what's something they can expect to see or hear at a Bat for Lashes live show?
Well, we have a big backdrop with a wolf and a full moon and stars, and so there's a lot.
I was just watching that video today.
There's a lot of beautiful things on stage and things that we've collected over the months, like old lamps and like little Virgin Mary dolls and like weird beautiful things. So it's quite Mexican Day of the Dead sort of.
Oh, very cool! I love
vibe.
those little guys.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what they're called, but they're
little trinkets.
Yeah.
And then I think musically it's just, we've been touring it for a while now, so we're pretty tight as a band, and I feel like it kind of goes from very intimate, quiet, magical, sad and beautiful songs to quite bombastic, tribal. Like we have Sarah on drums where she uses like hip hop samples, real drum pads and beats, and a big orchestral timpani, which is like really big sounding. So there's elements that are really quite big and dancey and powerful, which I like, and I dance quite a lot this time. Very exciting.
So I know you probably don't get a lot of time to lay back and relax, especially right now on tour, but a lazy Sunday afternoon for you would be, and second part, what would be the soundtrack to that lazy Sunday afternoon?
Wow.
An ideal, perfect layback.
A lazy Sunday afternoon would either be sitting on my sofa at home with a cup of tea, reading a good book, or going walking like the woodlands, and I live by the sea, so I really like to be by the sea. And I think a good one is, a good song would be like Van Morrison, Into the Mystic, or something like.
Very nice.
Really guitar-y and acoustic and laid back.
Very, very nice. Natasha Khan, Bat for Lashes, the album is Two Suns. Make sure you go to stores or online and get it now. I'm Eddie V for Hot Mess. Enjoy the day.